Hey, good morning. What's poppin'? It's your boy Jay the Comedian. How y'all doing today? Today I'm doing really good. The weather's not all that, but I'm okay. Today I would like to talk to you guys about apostate. The definition of an apostate. The real definition and the Jehovah Witness definition of apostate. Now, the definition, if you look up in the dictionary, of an apostate is somebody who leaves their religious or their political party. Their religious party. But if you leave your religion, or if you stop being a Democrat and you become a Republican or vice versa, you're an apostate according to that definition. Now, what is the Jehovah Witness definition of an apostate? It's a small difference. Let me know if you noticed the change. Now, the Jehovah Witness definition of an apostate is a diseased mind individual who lies and tricks people because they're upset that they've lost Jehovah's love, and now they're trying to get as many other Jehovah Witnesses to be destroyed because they're being destroyed. So they've colluded with the devil in order to make this happen. Let's talk about that a little bit, because according to that definition, I don't think I've ever met an apostate. Now, I know a lot of ex-JWs who disagree with the Watchtower organization, but I've never met an apostate. You know what I mean? That definition just simply don't fit. Like, let's take myself, for example. Now, as you all know, I disagree with many things that the governing body put out. I would say almost all things that the governing body put out, I think I have a disagreement with. But at no point do I feel I have a diseased mind. Am I dumb? Yeah, I am. But also, I'm not out here lying. You know what I'm saying? I don't lie. And I definitely do not lie with the purpose of getting anybody out of the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not out here trying to trick people into leaving the organization. What I am trying to do is get people to open up their mind and understand the thing that they're being put through. Now, if somebody wake up because of that, hey, that's the price you pay. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, the definition given for what they're trying to portray is not the right definition. I'm sorry, people. All this time, I know you thought you were an apostate, but apparently you don't reach the criteria that's needed in order to become an apostate. I feel sorry for you, you know? I feel bad because all this time I thought I was an apostate. Turns out, I'm nowhere near close to the definition of what an apostate is. But let's say, I think that we can all agree that the Jehovah Witnesses are very loose and free with this definition. Because apparently, if you go against the governing body in any way, form, or fashion, you're an apostate. Even though that's not their definition, that's their definition. If you go inside of your judicial committee for apostasy and you say, I'm sorry, if you look up right here, the Royal Commission definitely says that they did these things, and there's also this other evidence. I'm sure that if you look at it, you'll see how I've reached the conclusion I've reached, and then you can also see why I feel that other people need to know this information. It's kind of being held and it's kind of secret, don't you think? They will agree with you, but you'll still be considered an apostate. Even though you meet none of the criteria. You know what I'm saying? Because the criteria isn't important. Shutting you up is important. They don't care how they get to apostasy. They just need to get to apostasy. You know what I'm saying? No matter how bad the actual definition is according to Watchtower. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say, what's the definition of a narcissist? You know? A narcissist is a person that goes around, burns up houses and garbage cans and, like, set kitty cats on fire. You know, a narcissist, you know? That's what they do. Now, if I go around and I light candles because my house is stinking, can somebody come up to me and say, is that a candle you've lit? Then you're an arsonist. No, I'm not an arsonist because I light candles. I'm not an arsonist until I put somebody's car or house on fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's that simple. You cannot be the Jehovah Witness definition of an apostate until you lie to somebody and try to trick them into leaving the organization. And like I say, I know a ton of XJWs. What I've never met is an apostate. I've never met one of those. Now, admittedly, we'll do dumb stuff. Like, I'm sure somebody will probably try to hack jw.org and redirect them to like Pornhub or something like that. I'm sure somebody will try that. But I'm not saying you should. I'm not suggesting that you should. No, I'm not. But I would call that more mischief than like actual literal apostasy in the way that Jehovah's Witnesses put it out. I'm just not feeling that, man. I'm not feeling it. And it's just crazy how loose and free they are with that. And another thing that I've always not appreciated about the Jehovah's Witness organization is how every argument and disagreement is one-sided. You know what I mean? If you get kicked out of the organization and they declare you an apostate or they say you're disfellowship, you do not have a chance to plead your case to anybody other than the elders. That's it. The elders are the only people that hear your case, and the elders are the only people that judge your case, which according to the Bible shouldn't even be a thing, because of judge, not be judged. You know how that scripture goes. But yet, once again, the Jehovah's Witnesses deviate from the Bible and say, you know what? We're going to judge people. We're even going to have something called a judicial committee. And it blows my mind all the time. Every time I sit down and I think about it, it really is just a straight up deviation from the Bible. I've yet to see anywhere in the Bible where a committee was formed in order to judge people. You know what's really funny is that they try to say that at the end of this decision, once the decision is made via judicial committee, the last person who puts input in is Jehovah God himself. They pray for Jehovah's direction before they come to a conclusion as to whether or not you're going to be disfellowship, put on reproof, or anything like that. Now, look, I've been in several judicial committees, several of them. And every single time I lied, I got off with a slap on the wrist. The one time I actually told the truth is when I got disfellowship. So, if Jehovah has the final say as far as whether or not somebody gets disfellowship, put on reproof, or anything else, he is drunk. He is a drunk God, and he don't know what is going on in his religion, and he's illiterate when it comes to reading hearts. Because if he was trying to read my heart, boy, I was misspelling words and writing stuff backwards and everything else, because you simply could not read my heart. I tell you that firsthand. In every judicial committee I've ever been in, he didn't read my heart that good at all. I remember my first judicial committee. I was sitting in there, I was lying my butt off. I was telling them whatever they wanted to hear, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting there like, Jehovah's gonna read my heart and let them know I'm about to be disfellowship, man. The skating party is coming up too. I'm about to miss everything. They told me, well, we can see you feel bad, brother, and we can tell that you have truly repented and you do not mean the problems that you've caused. Or you did not mean to do the things that you've done, and you're young and you've made mistakes. So we're just gonna put you on private reproof. I was like, okay, I banged a chick on camera, but yeah, sure, that was an accident, and lied about it. You know what I'm saying? Completely lied to him. What's really funny is they would have just talked to my mom. They would have found out exactly what happened, but no, they just talked to me. And if you thought I was gonna tell them the truth, you crazy as hell. I wasn't about to get disfellowship. It was some bomb parties coming up. I'm like, not me. I got stuff to do. I ain't got time to be dissed. Man, I got in there and I lied and lied and lied. And yes, got off. Private reproof. Slap on the wrist, baby. And that pretty much started me on my double life squad journey right there. Because from that point forward, I'm like, all I got to do is get up in there and lie and I'm good. Man, I thought Jehovah was going to read my heart. I guess he reading something that I can't read, because according to my heart, I'm about to do this again next week. But anyway, I got off scot-free. So, the bigger point is, the apostasy definition that the Jehovah Witnesses have is a crazy definition, and it's not even the real definition. The true definition of apostasy, according to the Jehovah Witness organization, is any and everybody who differs in thought from the governing body. That's the definition. If you don't like something they put out, now that can't be the literal on paper definition, because you're not supposed, you can disagree with the governing body. You're not supposed to disagree with Jehovah. But like I said before, the governing body is committing identity fraud. They let everybody know and tell everybody that they're worshiping Jehovah, when instead, if you open up the closet door and look behind, you'd see it's just Tony Morris with some really tight pants and a jar of whiskey. You know, that's kind of meanie. Anyway, it's your boy Jay the Comedian. I'm hoping y'all having a great day. Holla at your guala. Deuces.